I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world?
K-pop news. No one was truly prepared for what happened when BTS's Taehyung appeared at the TIRTIR event that night. In a matter of seconds, the atmosphere of the room, which had already been glamorous, suddenly became the new center of gravity for the entire global media. All eyes were drawn to one point: the man in an elegant brown suit, with a gentle smile and an aura that made the camera seem to scramble to capture his every little movement. Taehyung didn't just show up. He commanded the room. As soon as he entered the event area, with its warm red lighting and neatly arranged rows of TIRTIR products, Taehyung immediately created a new atmosphere. The way he stood, the way he looked at the camera, even his simple poses with a thumbs up or AV sign, everything seemed effortless, yet exuded an indescribable charm. The media present even admitted that they had to speed up the photo shoot because Taehyung was so stunning that they were afraid of missing a single moment. Many international journalists described this appearance as an unexpected highlight that changed the entire event. When Taehyung smiled and gave a thumbs up, the atmosphere, which was already lively, suddenly rose to a higher level. His smile was not just a smile. It was a subtle form of communication that made thousands of fans smile back just by seeing it on their screens. In the corner of the room, TIRTIR neon lights reflected off large mirrors, creating a truly dramatic visual display. And in the midst of this aesthetic composition, Taehyung stood as the irreplaceable center of attention. The oversized brown suit he wore, paired with a leopard print inner and elegant accessories, made him the real definition of effortlessly sophisticated. Many global fashion media outlets praised his look that night as one of the most stylish appearances by a male celebrity of the year. It didn't stop there. Taehyung's pose as he stood casually in front of the TIRTIR product line, hands in his pockets and his signature calm gaze, instantly went viral across various platforms. Fans flooded Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Weibo timelines with endless comments. Posts featuring photos of Taehyung at the event even broke interaction records within hours. What made it even more interesting was his understated confidence. Taehyung showed a relaxed yet professional side, making the room feel warmer and livelier. When he highlighted the camera with AV sign as if calling out to the audience directly, the impression was even stronger, as if he wasn't attending a product event, but inviting the world to enjoy the moment with him. From an international media perspective, this was not just a celebrity appearance. It was a phenomenon. Major news outlets wrote special reports on how Taehyung revived the TIRTIR event with his presence and charisma. Some even called it the Taehyung effect, the effect where anything Taehyung touches automatically becomes global headlines. And sure enough, as soon as photos and videos from the event were released, trending topics in various countries were immediately filled with the names Taehyung, TIRTIR, and VBTS. From Korea, Japan, Thailand, America, Europe, to the Middle East, everyone was talking about that night's performance. The public reaction was extraordinary, from heartfelt comments and admiration to fans feeling that Taehyung brought a new energy after so long absent from public events. Some media analysts even called this moment an example of how an artist with international class can have an economic impact and global exposure with just one appearance. TIRTIR's brand value immediately skyrocketed, and news about the event went viral thanks to one name: Taehyung. Ultimately, Taehyung's appearance not only caused a stir at TIRTIR, but also proved one thing: Kim Taehyung's charisma knows no bounds. He doesn't need to say much. His presence alone is enough to change the atmosphere, captivate the media, and create an unrivaled global wave. And for fans watching from their screens, that moment was more than just a performance. It was a reminder that Taehyung will always be one of the most influential figures in the international entertainment world, someone who can make the entire world pause for a moment just to watch him. After Taehyung's appearance at TIRTIR, which caught the attention of the world's media, the atmosphere in the venue changed in a way that even the staff did not predict. Not only were journalists busy recording every second, but all the guests, from beauty influencers and fashion magazine editors to international content creators, naturally moved closer, as if they wanted to be as close as possible to the center of energy that had just arrived. There was something different about Taehyung that night: warmer, more mature, yet still shrouded in mystery. The TIRTIR PR team themselves were seen exchanging glances between admiration and disbelief. They understood that Taehyung was a phenomenal figure, but an instant impact like this was rare. In the international event industry, it usually takes time for the atmosphere to heat up. But Taehyung? He only needed to appear for a few seconds to spark a global reaction. As Taehyung stepped deeper into the room, the elegant red backdrop seemed to reflect his charismatic aura. The vertical neon lights installed around the area created a cinematic effect that made his every step look like a movie scene. And interestingly, even though the room was full of camera flashes, Taehyung remained calm, gave a small smile, and interacted in a very natural way. When he began looking at the neatly arranged TIRTIR products, several journalists noted how Taehyung's expression changed from curiosity to slight admiration. Even simple moments like that became material for articles. That's the level of attention he gets. Even a silent video showing Taehyung simply nodding while looking at the products went viral on TikTok within hours. And the most interesting thing happened when guests started approaching him to simply say hello or ask for a photo together. Taehyung, with his characteristic politeness, responded in a way that was not only professional but also radiated warmth. Some international guests even admitted that they did not expect Taehyung to have such a calming energy when met in person. An American influencer said, "He doesn't just stand there looking good. He makes you feel like the room is calmer because he's in it." From a distance, photographers captured every gesture Taehyung made. The way he smoothed his hair, held his blazer, or simply put his hands in his pockets became a series of photos that went viral with captions such as "Taehyung effortlessly iconic" or "The man who changed the mood of the entire event." It didn't stop there. International media began sending real-time updates. Global fashion magazines uploaded posts containing photos of Taehyung with captions full of praise. Some called him the visual highlight of the entire event, while Korean media described the moment as the Taehyung effect shaking up the beauty industry once again. However, the biggest impact came not only from media coverage, but also from the response of the global public. After the event, hashtags related to Taehyung and TIRTIR simultaneously trended in more than 40 countries. Many armies said that they couldn't stop looking at Taehyung's photos that night because there was something so special about them, a combination of professionalism, charisma, and a warm touch that is difficult to find in other artists. Several media analysts later linked this phenomenon to a pattern that always occurs whenever Taehyung appears at important events. They call it aura marketing, a phenomenon where an artist's popularity not only influences the exposure of the event, but also has an emotional impact on the public. And Taehyung, that night, was a perfect example of this concept. Even more surprising, after the event ended, several news outlets reported that guests were still talking about Taehyung's presence even after they had left the building. It was as if the aura he left behind lingered in the air. Some guests talked about his unique fashion style, while others commented on how his personality seemed even more charming in person. TIRTIR itself reportedly experienced a tremendous increase in digital interaction after the event. All of their official platforms exploded with comments that almost all discussed one thing: Taehyung. And this is proof that Taehyung's appearance not only captivated the media, but changed the entire positioning of the event itself. This connection also reinforces the fact that Taehyung is not just an artist attending an event. He is a figure who brings cultural, media, and commercial impact all at once. And each of his appearances feels like a new chapter that strengthens his status as one of the most influential global icons of his generation.